The Green Bay Packers can't stop talking about those guys. Number one in the herd hierarchy, 2-0 with wins over playoff teams from last year. Health is an issue, Colin. Left tackle Rasheed Walker believes they can run the table despite these injuries.
I feel like we've been playing pretty clean. As a team, out of the fact, we've been playing pretty clean. But as far as the offense, I feel like O-line's been doing good. Jordan Love's been playing phenomenally. And, we all just been playing and seeing executing. That's why we're 2-0 right now. And then the goal is to, keep it going. But I think we can go undefeated, honestly.
Cool. Yeah, all right.
2-0, bro. Settle down. Here's a weird thing. They're going to be favored in all these games, Colin.
Yeah.
They're going to be favored certainly against Dallas next week. They're going to be favored against the Joe Burrow-less Bengals. They're going to be favored at Kyler Murray. Like, again, where are they going to be dogs here? Maybe not even Philadelphia since they're at home. I don't know if they're going to. Oh, maybe Baltimore? We'll see. But
they remind me of the early Mahomes Chiefs teams where they can play from behind, they can play with a lead. A lot of teams are not built. Philadelphia is not built to me to play from behind with their power offense. And then there are certain teams that I think are really fun. I mean, is Dallas built to play with a lead? Can they just shut it down and run 12 straight times? I don't know if Dallas can, but they can play from behind with Dak and Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. With the Packers, they could be down 10 points, 4 minutes left. If they had the ball, they're built for that. And they're also built to slow it down, power run it. I don't know. There's nothing about this team so far I don't like. I like everything they do.
So I would keep an eye on, so this guy Walker ran his mouth, right? He's their left tackle. You know who he's facing of the Browns this weekend?
Myles Garrett.
Yeah, that's not great. And the guy next to Walker is a replacement. The kid Banks, he used to be with the Niners because they got the interior injuries. Banks is not good. I would not be shocked if the Browns were frisky here.
Banks, Packers spent a lot of money on Banks.
Okay, listen, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the whole undefeated thing. I think anytime anyone talks like that is just kind of absurd. And it's not a matter of like, hey, we believe in ourselves. Hey, it's confidence. He's speaking confidence. No, that's not what it is, okay? It's immaturity is what it is. And it's okay to call that out. It's okay. I'm super high on the Packers. It's still okay to call it out. And just being favored. I mean, like, teams lose all the time against teams that they shouldn't lose to. So, we have no idea how the game will look against the Eagles, against the Broncos, a rematch against Detroit, against the, maybe a Carson Wentz Vikings. Like, you just don't know. You just don't know. Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, that's going to be a really fun game. But yeah, there's obviously a lot of wins up here, right? So, like, the division is on a platter for them right now, especially starting 2-0 and beating two teams that should be tough from the jump and coming away with 2 wins, and now having now you're playing a stretch of teams that should all be, if you're truly a great team, if you're truly a top team in the NFL, should all be well beneath you. The Browns, the Cowboys, the Bengals with no Joe Burrow, the Cardinals, the Steelers, and the Panthers, right? So there's plenty of wins to go around. No ifs, ands, or buts. Listen, I understand Myles Garrett and the Cleveland Browns, and there's always that chance. I don't know, but like that offense has been pretty interesting for the Cleveland Browns. The defense, I am interested to see how the Packers look against this defense, because it'll be one of the better defenses that they clearly have faced. And then as of right now, Cowboys defense isn't looking good. The Bengals defense isn't looking good. Cardinals defense, Steelers defense, Panthers, like there's still plenty of room to light it all up offensively, for sure. And defensively now, again, obviously we know the Packers are great defensively, and it's like, okay, well, you're going up against Joe Flacco. Okay, interesting. You're going up against Dak Prescott. Should be pretty feisty there. Going up against, again, a backup quarterback with the Bengals. Kyler Murray, I know he's got some great highlights, but it's just hard to ever really believe in him too much. And then again, I think probably the biggest wildcard game will be Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, because you are just having this factor of Aaron Rodgers playing Green Bay, right? Like there's just going to be a ton of emotion there, and just who knows what the heck that game is going to look about that has potential to be the most exciting game and the most interesting game of the entire season. So I only just wish it was in Green Bay and not in Pittsburgh. But yeah, no, Packers are obviously in great shape. The only thing that I wanted to say, though, is because Colin said, oh, this Packers team reminds me of the early Kansas City Chiefs team, which is good and not good for multiple reasons, though, because just remember that the Kansas City Chiefs didn't really win the Super Bowl until they actually asked Patrick Mahomes to do less. He threw less. He threw for less yards, less touchdown. His touchdowns were cut in half. A lot of people just imagine that this was just this ultra high-hour, unstoppable offense just with amazing numbers year after year after year. And that really wasn't the case. 2018 just blew it out of the park, of course. 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns and or so, whatever the exact final numbers were. But then in 2019, it was cut big time, only 4,000 yards and 25 touchdowns or so. So it's not just about having this high-powered, prolific offense. It's about making the right plays at the right time. And now really the Chiefs have been more successful when they pulled things back, even in 22, even though the offensive numbers were good. The offense itself, though, was still a lot less explosive in a traditional sense, and a lot of short, average depth of targets, like I've highlighted a lot. And so, make no mistake about it, teams always need to continue to evolve and adapt. And saying that this team is built to be able to do this or that, that's all well and good, and that's all great. And that gives you a great feeling of versatility going into any game, and a tremendous amount of confidence that you could be down 21-3 in a bizarre first half and still feel like, all right, we got a chance here, right? We're going to start the second half. We're going to score a touchdown. Now it's 2,110. We're going to get a couple stops, and and then in a blink of the eye, you're like, we're right there. We're field goal away, and we're to tie this game up, going into the fourth quarter, right? And so that's awesome. And I do agree with Colin where it's just like, right, this team is also built, and we know how Matt LaFleur is, loves to run the ball, loves to run the ball, loves to run the ball. And so when you can get some of those leads, and especially if you have a healthy lead, being able to dominate the time of possession, really keep the other quarterback on the other side of the field, on the bench. But then also seeing Jordan Love evolve into a game management standpoint. I'm yet to see Jordan Love become a great or an elite game manager. I already know the dude can just break games wide open. I already know the dude can make any throw you ever need him to make. His next evolution from my viewpoint is managing games. So when you are up 21-10 or something, and it's midway through the third quarter, it's being smart with the ball, right? Especially if you're trying to run the ball and, hey, you got stopped a few times and now it's 3rd and 8, and it's just like, all right, we want to move the chains. We don't want to give the ball back, but then not taking that risky shot down the field in double coverage or whatever it may be. And it's like just being smart and smooth and understanding what your team needs specifically in that moment, rather than just, hey, I'm a football player, I'm a quarterback, I'm trying to score a touchdown here. And it's like not always. That's the next step for a Jordan Love in this Green Bay Packers team, which is exactly what you were able to see with the Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs. So make no mistake about it. That's important. And I think I sometimes think people get lost in the shiniest objects. You're like, oh, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs years ago, like, oh, that offense was amazing. It was so prolific. Oh my God, that's great. That's what I want. That's what I want. And it's like, yeah, you definitely want some of that. No doubt about it. But make no doubt about it. Make no mistake about it that it is important to do all of the other little stuff as well. And so, you could, there's many arguments to go around that when we've seen these teams lose over these last couple of years, whether it be the Detroit Lions in the NFC Championship game, whether it be the Green Bay Packers in the divisional round against the 49ers, like all of these other little moments where you're like, if we just managed this game a little bit better, we would have won this game. Rather than saying, we just need a more high-powered offense, we need to be able to hang 35 points. It's like, I love it. That's great. And nothing feels better when you're watching your team just hang touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, and it just feels like nobody can stop us. It's a great feeling, but more often than not in the playoffs, things get a little weird. Things get a little wonky, and sometimes it's just like, we just need to convert. We just need to get a third down. We just need to just not turn the ball over. We just need to have a long, extended 5-minute possession. So when we do give the ball back up to the other team, now they only got 2 minutes and they got to score twice, right? Like those things all matter tremendously. So, always like to kind of keep those things in perspective and in balance. But I guess it is interesting when a team like the Green Bay Packers is as good as they are right now. A random game like the Cleveland Browns, who I get kind of dismissive of teams kind of easily, and I do kind of like when a Walker says we can go undefeated, because then you are kind of like, okay, well, the A game against the Cleveland Browns is a random game that teams typically, can often lose, right? And now you're kind of like, all right, now I am kind of interested to see what happens. So I appreciate the WWE aspect of some of these games sometimes, because then you kind of are like, all right, I'm going to look a little bit closer to this Cleveland Browns game right now, like pretty much saying you're going to go undefeated going into this game, and the Browns are going to use that as kind of be like they're disrespecting us. And Myles Garrett's, again, I'm not picking the Cleveland Browns by any stretch of the imagination, but you're like, all right, there's a little juice here. There's a little bit more energy here. No one completely rolls over in the NFL, so I'm for it. I'm for it. But from a team perspective, I'm looking at it through the Green Bay Packers lens and a non-entertainment lens. I'm like, just don't say those things out loud. Don't say we think we can go undefeated. Like, you just don't say that. Don't say that publicly. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Green Bay Packers? How do you feel about their undefeated chances? And how do you feel about the early Patrick Mahomes Kansas City Chiefs teams comparison? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. It's whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun, and please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be a part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it, and please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much.